big question as we go into end of quarter is what's next for the S&P. So barring any end of quarter major decisions about how fund managers, money managers, etc. want to be positioned into the second half of the year, there are a few things that cannot be ignored. That leading into end of quarter, we're a week out, the overall S&P is still very much in an uptrend, but there's no doubt that it's for the most part powered by tech. Because when we take a look at the XLF, when we take a look at healthcare, you'll notice that those are not uptrends. We don't have those two sectors of the S&P in strong trends. Although I would be open to buying pullbacks on XLV, but it's really more of an oversold buy off the daily price movement range support. So that just reminds us that the bulk of the reason for the S&P strength is very much tech. So why not just focus on tech, right? This is what we did in front of Powell to get long the Qs. This is what we want to do really going into end of quarter. And maybe the first 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe just take end of quarter either as a day trade or just off altogether, right? And just recalibrate for Q3. Ultimately, there's no reason for me to do anything but continue to focus on support. No top picking. This is an uptrend. And really focusing on one of two things. Short-term swings. So this would be a 1 hour time frame with the expectation for the daily price movement range. For example, a level like this, the gray zone. I'm focusing on the gray zones. Let's wait for weakness. And I know a lot of traders are expecting weakness. And so this is great. If there's somebody out there who wants to be short and we're getting lower lows, fantastic. In fact, I'll say I'm rooting for you. And here's why. Why would I root for the bears? Why would I root for sellers? Because they're going to drive price to the zone that I want to be a buyer at. So remember, everything about trading is not adversarial. Everything about trading is not that binary, as long as you get your timing right. Traders who are looking for shorts, they could short the gold zone. That's not going to be my preferred way to do it, but they could short the gold zone. Traders looking for buys, they could buy the gray zone. And mostly, what we want to then do is wait for price to make lower lows. So again, I'm rooting for the bears. But I would say I would rather take advantage of the NASDAQ because all three cylinders of the NASDAQ are firing, right? In fact, we did have a quick opportunity to buy going into this morning off the DPMR zone. I'll be looking for the same opportunity on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even Thursday. I can buy dips, right, at the DPMR in XLC. I can buy dips at the DPMR in XLK, XLC, and then lastly, XLY. And then that then maps to not just the NASDAQ, but then that would be the larger, right, moving from the sectors to the larger unit, collection of stocks, the index itself. But what about stocks like Apple, right? Let's get to the smaller piece of these sectors. Apple, I would look absolutely for a DPMR buy. Microsoft, absolutely open to a DPMR buy. Meta was a big part of the Russell reconstitution, open to a DPMR buy. Google, look at these trends, gang. Google, I put further down the list, right? It's still in a trend. It's getting a little shaky, so I put Google a little further down the list. No problem. Still have Amazon. Nice uptrend. DPMR buy. What about Tesla? Putting on a great run. Uptrend. DPMR buy. So this is what we want to do. Prioritize those trends. Prioritize those sectors. And it's still very much a priority on focusing on tech strength, right? Let's not get too overly ambitious about sector rotation quite yet. I'll talk about sector rotation in Charts and Coffee. I'm sure we'll cover it in the Tuesday free video as we go into the end of the week, right? And that will be something I'll look at, later next week. Are we going to see sectors that have been lagging, say like the XLV or the KRE or the XLF? Are we going to see sectors like that benefit from some rotation where we might see some profit taking from some of the top-tier tech names and then that flow into more optimistic positions like KRE or XLF or XLV? And I'll show you how I look at sector rotation next week. All right. But this is what I'm looking at, gang. Buy the dip. I'll see you in the next update. Hey traders, Raghee from Simpler Trading. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment below. And remember, Subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll get notified of the next update. And when you're ready to join me for live trading, be sure to head on over to simplertrading.com. I'll see you in the next update.